Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about a 3-card combo with Skull Servants, and all you have to have is Brilliant Fusion, Unizombie, and White Prince. And what it's going to do, it's going to net you 4 forms of negation. That's right, 4 forms of negation, or maybe not negation, but disruption. So you're going to be able to disrupt your opponent's turn 4 different times simply with these 3 cards. Something interesting is you can actually get to 5. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but with a card like a Hero Lives or Photon Thrasher, just any way to special summon a level 4 monster or get a level 4 monster on the field that can be used as synchro material without using your normal summon. But for starters, we're going to activate Brilliant Fusion. Now, note to self, if you ever draw Brilliant Fusion in a milling deck, if you have like Charge of the Light Brigade, that grass looks greener, or anything like that, you always want to activate Brilliant Fusion first so you can get your materials in the graveyard first. So we're going to do Brilliant Fusion. We're going to send Trick Clown and our Gem Knight card. This is Gem Knight Turboline for this video because Garnet is expensive and unnecessarily expensive, so we just get Turboline because that's all we really need to summon out Gem Knight Seraph Knight. Performance Trick Clown's effect's going to activate, and she's going to special summon herself. Now this is actually where having a level 4 monster be special summoned is actually really good, because instead of sending Trick Clown, if you already have a level, like a Photon Thrasher is already on the field, you can send Fairy Tale Snow, and she's a form of disruption as well, so that's actually another form of disruption. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to normal summon Unizombie. Now, something interesting is you can actually normal summon White Prince next if you want to, or you can keep him in your hand. But you definitely want to say Gem Knight, Seraph Knight normal summon Unizombie. You're going to activate Unizombie's effect to send a zombie from the deck to the graveyard because you're not attacking this turn anyway, so it doesn't matter other than zombies can't attack. And you're going to send Mizuki to the graveyard. So now in your graveyard, sorry, the camera's not very wide on the screen. Now in your graveyard, you have Mizuki and Gem Knight Turboline. And Unizombie is a level 4 monster. You're going to use your regular normal summon to summon out White Prince. And now you're going to synchro for 5. And you may know where this is going, but in case you don't, it's going into Danglong. Now, if you're going first or second, actually, you're going to want to chain this in a specific way. You're going to want to declare Chainlink 1 to be Danglong Search, and then Chainlink 2 to be White Prince's effect. Because Danglong and White Prince can both get Ash Blossom, but Ash Blossom can only negate the most recent thing that you put. So like Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Ash Blossom can only negate Chainlink 2, and you'd rather have White Prince get negated than Danglong, because Danglong Search is more important than White Prince's. But let's say nothing got negated. So Chainlink 2 is going to resolve first. You're going to send Lady in White and Skull Servant to the graveyard. And Chainlink 1 is going to allow you to get 9 Pillars of the Yang-Zing to your hand. So now you have Danglong, Gem Knight, Seraph Knight, and Trick Clown on the field. The next thing you're going to do, there's actually a couple next things you can do, but we're going to do it in this order for this video. You're going to use Danglong and Trick Clown, the synchro for the level 9 monster, Xiaofang, Phantom of the Yang-Zing. This is a super strong card. If you're running any Yang-Zing monsters, which I'm not in this build, but there's definitely more plays you could definitely do. We're not running any other Yang-Zings because they kind of do brick in Skull Servants, as you would assume. But the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to banish Mizuki to special summon Unizombie. Simply, all you're going to do after you banish Mizuki to summon Unizombie is to make Psy-Frame Lord Omega. So now Mizuki is banished, Brilliant Fusion is still on the field, and your other 2 cards in your hand do not matter at all. They could literally be 2 copies of Skull Servant, doesn't matter at all. Don't run 3 Skull Servants. But anyway, the last thing you're going to do is you're going to set 9 Pillars of the Yang-Zing. So in case you're trying to figure out where the 4 forms of disruption are, first off, before we get to disruptions, Omega during a standby phase is going to allow you to put back, during the next standby phase, is going to allow you to put back Mizuki, so you won't have any cards banished at all. But the forms of disruption, the first one should be fairly obvious. It's 9 Pillars of the Yang-Zing. That's going to allow you to negate any spell, trap, or monster effect and shuffle that card back into the graveyard. The next form of disruption is Omega is going to be able to take a card out of your opponent's hand. That may not seem strong, but if they snag a Zodiac Barrage, a Zodiac Rat Pier, or even a Masterpiece, that's going to be really strong. Masterpiece isn't too relevant, though, because Xiaofang says, while this Synchro Summon card is on the field, negate the effects of all of the attributes used to Synchro Summon this card. Which means, because Danglong is a light Yang-Zing monster, And it was used for material on Xiaofeng. All light monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects. So Masterpiece can't banish to destroy. Fairy Tale can't banish to summon. So Xiaofeng is super strong at disrupting there. And 9 Pillars is obviously another negation, like I said. But something interesting is when you activate 9 Pillars to negate, you destroy Xiaofeng. And when Xiaofeng is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can search out a tuner. And that for me is right now Ghost Ogre. In my opinion, Ash Blossom is better. I don't have Ash Blossom currently with me. The reason why Ash Blossom is better is because you can pitch Ash Blossom with a negate, special summoner back out with the Mizuki. That's it for the combo. You started with Unizombie, White Prince, and Brilliant Fusion, and you ended with 4 forms of negation and an Omega coming back with a Mizuki in grave and ready to be used again. So I hope you liked this video. Subscribe, and most importantly though, have a great day.
Honey. What you doing in the club on a Thursday? She said she only here for a girl birthday.